This is Small Business Saturday, and today we have a true small business success story. It doesn't get any smaller than the Amish market guys and a shop in there, and how he was able to succeed online with some content. So stay tuned if you want to learn how you can do the same thing. All right, everybody, happy Saturday. It is July. What's the date, Ralph?
Oh, that's a good question. It's July 17th.
It's July 17th. That's right. Today we are joined by not Casey Quinn. We have Chris Sherlow in the house. So you have two
Content King.
Content King, yeah. We have two generations of content directors from One SEO here.
It is.
Chris Sherlow obviously taking everything to the next level. And today, Chris, we're going to talk about something that you're very proud of, something near and dear to your giant heart here at One SEO, popcorn. I'm just kidding. It's gonna be. It's a.
I mean, it's close. It's right up there
it's
with
pretty
it.
close.
Yeah.
And it's about what it takes to really beat out the competition and the big boys online, especially if you're a small business.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely, 100%. The name of the game here is Featured Snippets, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, if you're not aware, of course, for some of the viewers out there, Featured Snippets are really what we call position zero. It's the very top result of a search. So it beats out, any paid ads. It beats out pretty much everything else. But they're not easy to get, right? You got to answer questions. You got to make sure that, you're really hitting it home with your content. But the great news is, you don't have to be, you don't have to be a big conglomerate or a big, huge, entity to steal a featured snippet, right?
Nope.
You can be a small, tiny business with quality, kick-ass content, and you can take that position zero, drive a ton of traffic to your site.
That's the winning story.
That
right
is the winning story. You just got to use your noodle.
That's right.
Doing this kind
or
of
use
thing.
your corn.
You got to use your kettle, your kernel. All right. So seriously, when we're talking about doing this kind of thing, so we have somebody who you've been working on for a while. They've been with us for a very long time, and now we're in a position where, since the featured snippets came out and it started being something you compete for online, that now you've set them up so that they outrank for even the History Channel and Wikipedia for some key terms.
I mean, outranking Wikipedia is a feat in itself.
Literally about
it's
their
like
project.
outranking Amazon in the e-commerce space.
Get this man a championship belt for what he's been able to do, but it's a success story of ours.
If you like this content and you're trying to grow your business, follow me at Lance Bachman and Lance Bachman Digital on Facebook. LFG, time to grow.
So Chris, I think a good way to kind of segue into this is to talk to people about, a rich snippet is the position zero, like you said, right?
Yep,
so
correct.
we Google and you have the questions that come up and that, usually answer what's one that you have right now that we can do?
What does kettle corn taste like?
What does kettle corn taste like? So Tito is going to pull my screen up here and I have to stay in front of the microphone or else he'll get upset. So let's go with what does kettle corn taste like?
I mean, I look at the question too. It's so broad and general. I would think that's one of the
100%.
hardest things to rank for, and even small guys have a chance to take that spot position zero. It's amazing.
100%.
Yeah.
Ralph, it doesn't get really smaller than this. I mean, we're talking about a super small business right down here in in the Amish market, right down the street from us here in Bristol, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
It used to be nothing but a stand.
Yeah.
A popcorn stand. Grew a little bit, but look, this is a true David and Goliath story right here, because this is how you take over quality content, take over that position zero. Like I said, we're beating Wikipedia. You know how hard that is to answer a question better than
Informational
Wikipedia.
searches all go to Wikipedia.
Yeah, and I think you can see here on my screen we have what does kettle corn taste like? Kettle corn has a dominantly sweet flavor with just a hint of salt noticeable to the palate. Adding sugar to your mix during the cooking process is essential to crafting the perfect blend of sweet and savory taste. It's the flavor that becomes the hallmark of kettle corn. And I think that is beautifully written. And when you see my screen here, you can see they're number one, best darn kettle corn. The URL is right here. This
Position
is
zero.
100%, baby. That's it.
Well, it's kettle corn, different popcorn. So bringing it back full circle, like you said, it's about answering questions and making sure the content that you're writing is easy for Google to pull back to answer literally questions that people are just smashing into searches on Google, right?
Yeah, it's in art form. Obviously there's a science behind it, and there's there's a ton of metrics that go into it that we don't even have access to.
Yeah.
But what we know at the bottom line is, you want to answer something, comprehensively, but kind of in a short, in a kind of a short format. So videos are great. You look up how to tie a tie, you're going to find a video featured snippet up there. If you look at, what are the steps to this, you might find a list, of answers or whatever that took the featured snippet. But
Yeah.
here, it was just beautiful prose, baby.
Yeah, beautiful prose like Shakespeare over here.
That's right.
That really is good writing for the kettle corn. It's no wonder that it was brought back number one. I mean, just on the quality of it
It's
alone.
taut.
It's
You know
very
what I mean?
taut,
It's
yeah.
very tight.
Some of the
Yeah.
best parts about it also getting the featured snippet is you're attacking your probable customers at the top of the funnel, and you're demonstrating that you are the authority. So people might not even hear about you. Now you're searching for kettle corn. They're like, oh, well, these guys are right up here. They're answering my questions. They're top of the search.
100%,
You know,
yeah.
now I might buy from them because I know they're, the authority in their niche.
I think it's more of
Yep.
an attack on the big boys at Wikipedia.
that's
right?
a whole
You know what
different
I mean?
story.
Like,
I mean,
get them out of there.
Wikipedia,
Let's get the little
I think
guys.
it's PBS
Yeah.
history, you
Yeah.
know.
No top secret here.
Well, let's pivot out because obviously e-commerce is going to be one of the main things that you want to
Sure.
do with this, right? Because people are always smashing in like, how do these shoes fit, or like, how does this product work?
Yeah.
Reviews are huge for that.
how long does the battery last?
Yeah, how
or,
long does that kind of
whatever.
thing? Those are things you can rank for e-commerce. But Chris, does this pivot into the service industry, lawyers?
Absolutely.
That kind of thing?
Listen, everything. Absolutely. 100%. Look, people say for an HVAC, right?
Yep.
Say, why is my air conditioner making that funny sound? That's absolutely 100% a snippet that we would take over for a home service industry.
Yep.
For an attorney, what should I do after I just was in an accident? What's the first thing I should be doing? That's exactly a featured snippet that we would be attacking for professional services like an attorney or something like that,
Yep.
In the e-com space, absolutely. What does this taste like?
Yeah.
Or how good is this? That makes sense. I mean, think about it. There's a couple of things. There's 3 things that Google's looking for when it comes to your content. Your expertise in your industry,
Yep.
you're an authority in your field, and you're a trustworthy source of information. If you can capture all 3 of those, that's how you steal snippets.
And what does that spell?
Eat.
Eat. And we
That's right.
and we just came
My
out
man.
with a gigantic guide all about with our partnership
It's
from Search Engine Journal. It's on our
an
website. You can
encyclopedia.
download it and exactly learn what
So many
Chris
people
is talking about.
are downloading that thing from us.
awesome.
It is
It's been-
insane. We've been just getting notification, people download it. So
I mean,
yeah.
there's a wealth of knowledge there for any content creator or any small business
Yeah.
owner if they just want to jump in and get started with, just even going through the content that they already have and they want to upgrade it, or
Yes.
you don't have to write new content. If you have content on your website, you could always just update it. And
Upgrade your content,
upgrade it,
baby.
baby.
That's a good
Content
way to do it.
2.0.
Yeah.
That's
There it is.
That's
Tito,
it.
put the link up on the screen for the ebook, the EAT ebook that Ralph was just talking about, so people can jump in and link to and go download it from us.
Totally.
Right?
And
Yeah.
Ralph, for what it's worth, this was actually part of our update initiative that we talked about before. But this was a blog update where we saw, okay, where's it ranking? What can we do to make it better? What keywords can we pop in there? What if there's an image or a video or anything? I believe we added a video to this piece. But any kind of way we can kind of, take what's there.
Amplify what's already doing well.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily about reinventing the wheel.
No.
You know what I mean?
Or the kernel.
Ah.
Let's talk real quick before we let
Womp
everybody
womp.
go. Chris, we onboard a lot of clients here together, right? When
Absolutely,
people come
sure.
on at One SEO, they come in. We work with them to put a strategy together, and then one of the first things we do is turn it over to you and your team onboarding. And I think up the top of your priority list for them is putting that content strategy together, right?
100%,
And it does
yeah.
include these kinds of rich snippets and going after this kind of specific content stuff, because people think content is just a blog or is just this site stuff, but it's really a tool that people can use to rank and position themselves in the best possible way online. If I'm not
Yep.
speaking out of turn.
No,
here.
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Absolutely. Strategies. Well, first of all, when I'm talking strategies with new client, the first thing I'm doing is taking a look at what they already have on the website,
Yeah.
because that goes right to that upgrade, update, kind of mentality.
No doubt.
After that, I'm thinking about, okay, what kind of questions, I'm obviously using, so sophisticated tools to kind of take a look and stuff like that, or what people are looking for and searching for. But at the end of the day, a lot of it's common sense. Like, what would I want to know if
Yeah.
I was an audience member and I was, a potential client or whatever? What are the kind of
easiest
things?
way. I
Yeah.
do the same thing. If I'm looking at a client and just look at them, all right, so if I want a new HVAC system, what are the questions I'm going to ask?
What
And
am I
that's the
gonna? What
content
kind
you're
of
gonna write.
gibberish am I going to
Exactly.
smash into the
That's
search
right.
engine?
Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Just pretend you're a
The
customer
hard
of
part,
that company.
it gets a little technical
Yeah.
too with the schema and all that
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of stuff.
yeah,
But that's the things
that's
that
the
we
back
handle
end,
for
yeah,
people.
for
But when they
sure.
come on board, work with Chris and the content
That's
guys
right.
over here and see what we can do to get you ranking for all this stuff you might already have, and what we can do new to get you up where you want to be. Right?
100%.
All right,
yeah.
gentlemen. Final thoughts. What do we got?
Look, final thoughts. don't think, because you're a little guy or whatever, that you're not going to compete.
That's the biggest thing,
Even though
yeah.
the smallest person, with the right content strategy, with the right content written, the right, delivery, can take over a featured snippet and literally beat Wikipedia or any of the other big guys out there.
Yeah, I agree. And anything from you, Ralph?
I mean, it's the evergreen content too. Like, this is a question that's always going to be asked. So once you
Yep.
rank, just make sure you keep ranking for it, and it's something that's never going to go out of style.
I thought he was going to say the ebook, but yeah, you're right, 100%. All right, everybody, you can download the ebook on our website.
yeah, do that, do
All right,
that.
I'll plug the ebook right now. You can download the ebook right now on our website. There's a link right here. There's a link in the email that got you to this video. If you have any questions or you want a content audit, reach out here to 1SEO. Ask for Bernie or Chris. We'll be happy to take care of you, and we will see you next Saturday.
Whoop, whoop.